I've got piles of vegetables, but I don't want to just freeze them all because we only love frozen vegetables so much. So we're gonna put our root cellar to the test and see how some of these things keep. It's October 6th, 2021. I'm gonna show you our plan. I'm gonna show you where they are. And then I'm gonna keep you posted as we go through the winter. The cabbage plan is simple. This is what my friend does and her whole family swears by it. Take off any loose outer leaves, so I'll maybe take off one more leaf on your good, nice, beautiful cabbages. So cabbages that aren't, baby's playing on the floor. Cabbages that aren't candidates. This one looks a little rougher at the bottom too. I don't know, it's just a more wobbly cabbage. So I'm only saving my really nice, smooth ones. She wraps them in a few layers of saran wraps and puts them in a root cellar and eats fresh cabbage into the new year. That's our goal. That's our goal. So we're gonna do that with the cabbage. So a friend of mine asked if we had any eggs, and she brought me 3 of these huge, beautiful purple cabbages. So I'm gonna wrap 2 up, but I'm going to leave 1 out for us to try and see how we like. This is the first year that my crew really likes cabbage, either as coleslaw or kraut. So this is the first year that Marius doesn't say, why is there so much cabbage in the garden? And this year he was like, do you think we grew enough cabbage? And I was like, okay, you can't pivot on me like that without some warning. Like warning at the beginning of the season.
Once Ham's done the dish wrap, Ham put in the box because we've done all our stuff.
So this one I was gonna wrap up, but then I see, and it kind of's got some nibbles in it that go through a good few layers. So we're gonna save this for a kraut cabbage. So this one, I'm gonna take off an outer leaf here. Freya, stop. No, stop. So it's a smaller cabbage, but that's okay. Freya, I asked you to stop picking at the cabbage. Freya, can you finish unloading the dishwasher and stop picking at the cabbages I'm trying to store? It's not helpful to me when you pick them off and make holes in them. Here's what I decided to keep for keeping out. This one has like the holes in it like I showed you. These ones are either just, you know what, that one has some bad spots on it. So we're either just going to eat these fresh. Like this one looks good, but it doesn't feel like it's very solid. So we're just gonna eat these ones first, maybe make some of them into more kraut. We've already made a good bit of kraut, but we can eat more for sure. And here's all my keepers. So like this size is probably 1 meal worth. This one's about 2 meals. These ones are probably 3 meals. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. A good 18 meals worth of cabbage. So that's pretty fun. The kids are being very loud in the living room right now. And I'm gonna put these away in the root cellar now. Oh, you just licked the camera. Whoa, no, please don't lick the camera. He can't crawl yet, but he's sure trying. Kale. We are going to do some kale chips because the kids requested them, and other than that, we'll just chop it up into small chunks and freeze it and dry it. I'll do a dehydrator full, and then the rest will go in the freezer because I already have a few gallons dried. So that's not a technical one, that's a tried, tested, tried and true way. And then I have this tote of leeks. A friend of mine said she's tried multiple ways. She has done just leeks in sand in her root cellar. She's done leeks in sawdust in her root cellar. She says they literally keep just as well. Just put the big old toad in. She says you'll get a few slimy leaves, but you just pick those off and keep going. So I'm going to just check for any, like, no Freya, we're not watching the show. Like these dandelions and pull them out and whatever. And I'm literally just gonna put this tote of leeks in our root cellar and see how they keep. Yeah, some of my leeks were going to seed, which was because of our hot weather. That's not normal for us. The ones that are going to seed are a lot woodier, so they get used more just for broth.
This is, oh, sorry, this is not hard. You said that
A bit much kale in your mouth? The final thing, we're gonna go down into my basement. I got 3 more things to show you. So, in the scary basement, we have crates and crates of potatoes waiting to be sorted. This is our project tonight. I'm going to do a separate potato video because there's a lot of potato questions. A lot of potato questions. The other things I wanted to show you are in our root cellar, which is in our basement. I'm gonna get Marius to explain the root cellar a bit more. It's like a cool room root cellar. It's not like an official root cellar. In here already we have lard and tallow, and then we have squashes and pumpkins, spaghetti squash, and they just keep in here. This is actually seed garlic that needs to be planted out. These are potatoes that have been sorted out. No, Freya, just wait a second, please. And then these are my carrots. I only have 2 totes of them. These are testers. So this is sawdust that I got just a tiny bit wet. Like it feels damp if you squeeze it, but no water will come out. And the carrots are all... No, Freya, don't put them down on the dirty floor, please. The carrots are in here unwashed. Hey Freya, he was actually perfectly happy where he was playing. You didn't have to bring him downstairs.
I wanted to come downstairs.
So the bottom tote is all the way full, and this one is not quite as full. And we will see how they keep. Our root cellar is not as cold as it will be yet. Once it gets a bit colder, we will move a pile of fridge stuff there. All our cheese and our sauerkraut will get put in the root cellar too, and that really frees up fridge space so much so that we might unplug one of our fridges, because we currently have 3 fridges. The nature of making lots of cheese and sauerkraut and having milk and then just like regular household stuff. Oh, did you find a carrot? We have a box of use first carrots, and come over here. Oh. This one's a use first because mice were getting at the top. So Rowan was starting on that end. Did you want it? Oh, how dare I look at your carrot that way. Now the 2 things I haven't shown you yet, oh, let's step over a fallen piano bench, are the garlic and onions, and that's because they're not in the root cellar, they're in the man cave. So the reason they're in here is that I'm told onions, focus on me camera, there we go, off gas and can make your potatoes go bad. So we weren't taking that chance. So just in the corner of our dark, cold man cave that is gonna be renovated this year, I just have my 2 crates of onions, and I didn't grow a lot of onions, so it is what it is. And my garlic has been hanging in here, and we've been using it, but I do need to trim them and cut them all up. And then I'll put them in a box or a bag in the root cellar, and they'll stay in there. They probably could stay in here just fine. I have well, there's 2 bundles on each of these because they balance each other over the deer heads. And then there's also 2 big bundles there. And yeah, so there's 6 bundles. And my beautiful canning shells, which are overflowing. I need to, because we put honey all on the bottom, now I need to figure out where all these potatoes are going. So yeah, we need to do some organizing here. Okay, out we get, guys.